So in the next video I'd like to show you how to do high fire glazes. High fire glazes come in different colors. You can see here we have a chart that shows you what the color will look like when it's been fired. If you check the chart and find the color that you're looking for example, this one right here would be Jensen red. You look on the title of the bucket and that would be the color that you're going to be using. High fire colors, we have a variety of colors, and then we also have a transparent clear. The transparent clear we would put on the outside of a piece that has been underglazed, or you have a colored slip on it. In this one we have an iron oxide slip that has been applied to it. It's been bisque fired and now it's ready to be clear glazed. So that after it's been fired, you can see this one's a chrome slip. After it's been bisque fired, we go through and we clear glaze it, and then we put it in the high fire kiln and fire it up, and it puts that shine on it, or that transparent shine. You can kind of see how that would work on a pot. This pot here was slipped with different colors. So there's a blue slip, a green slip, some white slip that's been put on, and then it's been put a clear glaze so that it's been fired and you get that shine. In this one you can see we have just one glaze. This is the green to black satin matte that we have, and you can see when you put it in you do a dip glaze, making sure that you cover the entire thing, and then you fire it and it comes out with a variety of color tones on it here. So first I want to go in and glaze this double pinch pot piece that has the slip on it. We're going to use the clear glaze to do so. All of these glazes have been pre-mixed. If you read the directions on the front, you can see it says clear. Good liner glaze can also brush other glazes or stains over the top of this glaze. This glaze has great color response to stains and oxides. So we're going to use this one. They've all been pre-mixed, so I'm going to take that bucket lid and set that aside so that we can put the brush on it. Inside we use a toilet brush to stir to get the sediment off the bottom. So I'm going to go through and stir that up, and I just take a few rotations this direction, a few other rotations this direction, to make sure that all of that sediment has mixed through. I'm going to take that brush, drip it off, and just set it right here on the lid. So now that that has been mixed, I'm going to go ahead and set that up to dip into the bucket. To do that, we're going to do it upside down. If you can't remember the steps to these, they are posted up here on the wall. But I'm going to take a tong so that I can hold it. Now if I were to do this with my fingers, I would leave finger marks on it. So I'm going to take it and tip it upside down. Because I've created a foot, it's going to make it a lot easier to dip this into the high fire glaze. So once I've got that securely fastened to the piece, and I've already stirred the piece, I'm now going to dip it into the glaze. Now when I dip it in, I'm going to set it into the glaze. I'm going to go up to where the foot is. I'm going to hold it for 4 to 5 seconds. Once it's done, I'm going to pull it out, let it drip dry, and I'm going to rotate it so that it doesn't have drip spots on it. So I'm going to take that, put that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that out. I'm just going to let it rotate. You can see the piece. On that piece you can see where I've left a foot on there that will not stick to the bottom. And then I can go ahead, now that that's dried, pick that off with my fingers. If I have little spots on it, I can just kind of mend those with my finger, or any of the spots where the tong was touching, and then I'll just set that aside to dry. So I'm going to take this over to the sink, put it in the water. I can go ahead and put the brush back in the glaze, put the lid back on, and slide that back to where it goes. And then I'm just going to wipe down the counter. And there I have my two glazed pieces. So now I have the pieces. They're dry. You can see a little bit on the bottom right here has got a little bit of glaze that I want to wipe off because I don't want it to stick to the bottom. So I'm going to take a sponge and I'm just going to wipe off anywhere that it might stick. And then I can take that, put that on the shelf to be fired. Same thing on the double pinch pot. We have a little bit of glaze right here that dripped. So I'm just going to take a wet sponge and sponge that off. You can see where I wipe that off to give it a nice little line, and then I'll fire that in the kiln. And that's glazing or high fire glazing a ceramic piece.